Hi, Aries. This is your reading for the week of February 2nd, or when it resonates. And of course, it will not be for every Aries. As I was working with your cards and asking Spirit, what can we give Aries this week that's going to be good for them? Excuse me. The first thing that I saw was scrambling feet like this. And then, of course, on top of the surface of this was a duck who looked very, very calm. But what I'm getting from you, for those that I'm reading in the collective, is that some of you seem to really be struggling hard to, not just struggling hard to keep afloat, but struggling hard to not let people necessarily notice that you're struggling. Now, this seems to be really, really linked to your nervous system, of course, and how it is interfering with your ability to really ground into your own feelings and really decide what it is you want and what it is you don't want. Now, what Spirit is showing to me is that it's really, for you, what's important, because you are a fire sign and you have a lot of energy, there's a lot of momentum, there's an inclination towards movement, there's an inclination towards adventure. And what you're being told here, my dears, is this. When you are anchored in yourself, when you are connected to a sense of you having an inner world, what does that mean, having an inner world? It means where you go quietly and question yourself, where you get curious about your behavior, where you observe patterns in your life that are working for you or that are not working for you. When you start becoming aware that you are aware, that's really when you're having an inner life and where there's a quality of space within you that you can return to. And from that place, from that awareness, that's where you ask the questions. Do I want to do this? Do I not want to do this? Because it feels like a lot of you have been really struggling to keep things afloat, not specifically for you, but for other people. And you're being asked to look at that and say, is this just a way for you not to have to look at yourself, not to have to ask some perhaps difficult questions about some of the behaviors that you've had that involve taking care of other people and not taking care of yourself? Or, and this is important, Aries, not taking care of yourself, taking care of other people, so that you don't have to deal with parts of yourself that will come up if there's conflict in that relationship or if it goes away. Now, what Spirit is suggesting is the structured free flow card came up, and as soon as that came up, something dropped into my head with that. And what was it? It was, if you find yourself in positions where you are kind of knee-jerk responding to something as a pattern, to stop yourself, to allow yourself to say, for example, you're not going to agree to anything before you allow it to mull over in your head for 24 hours. So it's creating a boundary with space, okay? And the boundary is from external stimulation and activation to give yourself time and space to feel through what it is you really feel, to ask yourself questions about what it is you really want. How does it make you feel to do that? Am I expanded? Am I contracted? Am I placating? Do I feel small? Do I feel big? All these different nuances that can lead you to really understanding what it actually is you want. The other aspect of structured free flow that did pop in, and it was around this. Because you have a tendency to respond quickly, having yourself choose moments in time where you sit still, where you allow yourself to be quiet, where you allow yourself just to check in with you. It doesn't have to be necessarily a meditation. It can just be, I'm going to sit quietly and feel the air around me. And what do I notice as I do that? If you can have points in your day where you make that the priority, where you make time with you and just you, a priority, even if it doesn't seem like it's, deep mining for wise intuition, even if it's just quiet with yourself. Implementing that on a more regular basis is going to help you stay connected to yourself and know when it's time to ask questions and know when it's time to put the brakes on with a pattern. Now, this is also something that's important to remember, and that is when you change a pattern of behavior, especially when it involves other people, it's not always comfortable. And the thing is, it's really, really powerful to do it because it gives you an awful lot of information about you, about the other person, about the situation. And I had a very wise friend tell me once, when you're changing a pattern, uh, sometimes it's never going to feel good, but you pick the one that feels the least bad according to your sense of personal well-being. And then you choose to learn from whatever the outcome is for that. Okay? It doesn't have to mean that it's going to be a bad outcome. Sometimes setting a boundary, oh my God, it can change a relationship into something, it can transform it completely. Because now all of a sudden, you have different perspectives of each other based on how things responded. And sometimes it's a beautiful, beautiful surprise. Okay? Not always, but hey, you've always got you. And this is part of what this is about, is it's really teaching you that you've got you. And you can get to know you better, and you can be more connected to yourself more easily. And that's going to make anything you do with anybody else so much better and so much easier for you, Aries. Okay? Take good care of yourselves.